Rcep stands for the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. It is basically a proposed free trade agreement between the 10 member ASEAN countries and its 6 FTA partners: India, China, Japan, South Korea, New Zealand and Australia. It is important for India because of the sheer size of the proposed bloc. These 16 countries, the 16 Rcep members, together they account for around 45% of the global population. These countries account for around 30% of total global trade and around 39% of global GDP. So that is why India thought that it was very important for it to try and become part of this free trade bloc. Well, India's problem mainly was from China, because with China, India already has a very big trade deficit, and there were fears amongst the Indian industry and also amongst farmers that once tariffs are brought down to zero for China, there would be a huge surge in imports from the country, and basically both industry and farmers would suffer. And India, to preempt such a thing, India had proposed a few safeguards in the form of strong rules of origin, which would actually prevent Chinese goods from coming into India through other Rcep countries. So that was one, and India also wanted safeguard duties to kick in when imports would increase beyond a threshold limit. But these were some proposals from India which were unacceptable to the other Rcep members. So that was one reason why India quit. And India also had problems with the base here. India also wanted more in services. In services, India actually got nothing. Like the services offered did not go beyond what countries already offer to each other. So service was a big area of disappointment. So as the government said, that when India looked at the whole deal as in its totality, it felt that what it was getting was nothing in terms of what it was asked to give. So that is why India quit. We have to get it clear that India may have said that it has quit Rcep, but it is actually still in the game, because all the other countries have said that they would work with India to work out its concerns, and then India could take a decision accordingly. In the current, with the current terms that India was signing, India would have had to sign the agreement. I don't think that by deciding to quit, India has lost anything. It would have actually lost out had India been part of the agreement. And basically, India is a very big market, and mostly it is the other countries which really want to send more of their goods to India. They would be more keen, to ensure that India becomes part of the pact. So in the coming months, anything could happen. Like India could get some of its concerns addressed, and who knows, India could actually rejoin and become part of Rcep. But going forward, India has to be very careful. If it basically gets back into the negotiations, it has to strictly stay by all the problems that it has identified, and it should get into it only when it is absolutely sure that no vulnerable sections of the economy would get hurt, because we have seen the kind of protests that happened. All 250 farmer organizations, they came together to protest. All the industry sectors were totally against it. So keeping this in mind, India should weigh its steps very carefully.